Okay guys, good morning. I'm coming to you this morning to show you how to log into your mykw.kw.com and actually be able to access your DotLoop account. So we're going to start out on our regular login screen. You're going to log in with your login name and password, the same one that you use for everything else. Once you're logged in, you will see your beginner screen pop up for your KW intranet. Once you see that pop up, from that point forward, it's pretty simple. You're just going to work your way through the different steps. I know mine's taken forever. You want to make sure that if you haven't already by now, your profile completeness should be at 100%. Obviously, you should come here daily and check out the different options that are here. You always see there's new videos, there's different things that are available for you to look at. And then within our office, you'll see office news here as well if you scroll down. So, with that being done, you're going to go to the My Transactions tab. And you can't click on this part, you actually have to click on the $ right here. Click on that, and that will open up your DotLoop account. Now, if you've never done DotLoop before, what will also happen is this great video right here will pop up, and you can watch exactly step by step how to set up your DotLoop account, how to bring in a new piece of paper or a new DotLoop form, and how to work from there. Okay, so there is, as we can see here, there's a new form, the VA Standard Agent Exclusive Right to Sell Brokerage Agreement, and that was exactly what we were speaking about the other day as far as getting a buyer broker. So that's actually uploaded into the actual system now. So we can click on Do Not Show This Tip again. We don't need to see that again. Okay, there's a new lead-based paint that's been uploaded. Okay, there's a property inspection and contingency addendum. So we're just going to go through all of these and click Do Not Show again. So the biggest thing is that actually you can actually utilize this program instead of our zip forms if you would like to, because all the standard forms for selling or buying a home are in this program now as well. The greatest thing about it is it will minimize your paper burden that you normally carry with you everywhere that you go, and you can actually store everything online. The other good thing about this is that Nuvia or Keller can come in at any time and look and see what you actually have within your physical documents here. So no matter where you are, you won't be far from your documents that you need. You also can digitally sign through this program and send it out just like you can on DocuSign or something of that nature. Obviously, we want to keep in mind that anything that is bank-owned or short sale would need non-digital signatures, but actually wet signatures. So that's exactly how this is going to go down. I don't know how many more times it's going to make me click on this, but this is crazy. Thought I was done, but at any rate, let's just go on through the actual login. So you can see my most recent loop that I did was actually for a purchase on a property at 5212 Nut Hall Drive, 103, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23455. So you can search any of your clients to add into this loop from right here. So say you wanted to create a new client selling package or buying package, you simply would type in their name here, search for it, and it would pop up. Like there's one of my clients there. So it will actually go down the whole list and find out who you have that's similar to that and search for it for you. So let's say we're going to create a new one. We can go right here to create a loop and click. And it's going to ask us what kind of loop we want to create. Do we want to create a listing loop or a buying loop? So the majority of the times we're probably going to be looking for a buying loop. So we can create a buying loop and just click it. Now as the screen pops up, we can do a few things. We can put in the listing agent's name. So say I was going to purchase a property from Nuvia. So we can put in Nuvia Rivera, and it'll look for her automatically. It found her immediately, and we can just click right from there, and it will automatically input all of her information. It will find all the homes that she currently has listed. Okay, so let's say, actually majority of these are already under contract. Let's pretend we're going to do 612 Mahone Avenue. So we've already found the property, it's right there, we've just clicked on it, we've saved ourselves a lot of time. And let's just say we were going to do, let's just do a few of the forms that we may need for this. So we know that we're going to need a few things here. We're definitely going to need our, let's see, we're going to need I'm gonna find it. Let's just put in, wow, I'm sorry. Let's just put in our, standard purchase agreement. Let's just do that for right now. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. So we can, if you've already had this done, if you've already had this done, you can actually just scan this in to yourself from the scanner upstairs and upload the files and just name them correctly in the actual in the loop. And that way you'll still be able to bring in any forms that you have. So this will help you, if you do already have that bulk of paper already created, it'll help you get back to completely digital and have you not carry around all those actual forms. So you can do that or you can do this. So if you just want to do this, you just add it. And you just simply keep adding things as you see them here to the actual form set. So once you're done getting all of your forms in the order that you want them in, you can go ahead and say save and continue. Now this will bring you to the next screen, which should allow you to add your clients' names in. Okay, so you can choose from your database of clients.
There are two ways you can add a client to an offer or listing.
There's a video there as well if you'd like to watch that. That will pop up every time until you disable that. So say I wanted to add my client, Mr. Keg, or Mrs. Keg in. So I can go, we'll say Mr. Keg, we're going to put him in here. Okay, so we've got Mr. Keg here on the right hand side. And if there were more clients, we would just continue to add those clients in. Or we would create a new client if we don't have that already there, add them in and attach them to the actual offer. We will need their email address since this is done via digital signature. So we're going to save and continue. We've added Mr. Keg. Now we're going to start the loop manager, and that's all the information we need to fill out standard forms. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to start the manager. Okay. And this is just an overview screen of exactly what we have going on right now. So our agent's name, the buying brokerage, the listing agent, the listing brokerage. We will have to fill in agent ID numbers here. That's important to have on all of those. Any missing information you're going to want to fill in as best as possible. You're going to look at your clients tab here. It's going to show you what your client's name is, what their email address is. Your property tab here is going to show you the property number, the MLS number. If there's anything missing here again that you have the information for, go ahead and fill that in now and you'll be ahead of the game. Last but not least, your transaction. If you want to actually fill in all this information, that's great to have on file. If there's an earnest money amount, that can be going in there. Who it's held by can go in there. The type of sale, obviously. And, I'm sorry, the class of sale and the type of sale. Your contract date, your closing date, your inspection date. So all of those things can be kept here to help you stay in the loop and in the know. And any vendors you're going to use. Who are you going to use for the home warranty company? Who are you going to use for the home inspection? Who's going to close the sale? And who is the referring source? And if there was a referral amount. This will help you keep all of that clean and together in one transaction. So you're going to go to save and finish. Okay, so here what we'll see, another video if you wanted to do multiple signatures. We're not going to watch that. Here what you'll see is that standard real estate purchase agreement. So it's already been pre-filled, and we can go right here and put in our date and anything else that we want. I mean, we can just type in our date right there, obviously. So we'll say, for the sake of the game, we'll say today's date, which is September 14th, 2012. I'll go on and put in our listing firm number, which has failed my memory at this time, so we're going to say whatever. And we want to update all fields throughout, yes. Okay, So anywhere else that would be on the form, it's going to update it. And again, it's going to ask again. So as we scroll down through the transaction, we can see everything that's there. We fill it in just like we would the rain form. So if there's a $500 deposit, we're going to put in Keller Williams Realty, Hilltop, $500 deposit, 500, 0, 0 dollars, and it was, we'll say it was by check. Okay, so the purchase price was $79,000. Okay, let's say they were going to pay cash for that. Okay. Obviously, you'd fill in if there was any closing cost assistance, things of that nature. Okay, now this is for ratification of the document. So if you click on these little things right here, it'll tell you who you want to sign this. So who would you like to sign this? So right now, since it's not ratified yet, you would probably want to leave this one blank, or you can go ahead and assign it to the agent who you'd like to sign. I would wait on this. I would leave this one blank. I would probably just do exactly this and put an X there for right now, and not allow anyone to sign it until we're actually done with the transaction. Now here, these are already separated. So buyers, buyers, listers, listers. Now if you only have one buyer, it will only allow one signature here. If we have two buyers, it will allow both signatures. Same thing for the sellers here. But it's automatically going to populate the form just like it would any other form for anywhere that signatures or initials are going to go. This is great for people who you think might leave out their signatures because it won't allow them to close the form until they've signed everywhere. So here we are again. At the bottom of every page, you'll see the same thing. Of course, you're going to fill out the form just like you normally would and make sure that you read through it again to make sure you haven't left out anything. I'm going to scroll through all your forms in the actual transaction. You'll see that it also goes page by page below us. And once everything is done, you're just going to go to Save and Complete. So, it says you have not signed one signature initial field. So, this is actually me. So, I'm going to go back to my form and I'm going to go ahead and take care of my signature, which is probably at the bottom of this form that I forgot to sign. And as we scroll through the document, we should see coming up at the bottom my signature. Okay, so my name's already in place, my signature's right here. So I can select my name and I've just signed it automatically. Okay, check our address, make sure it's correct. All that's correct in there. And now I can save it. Okay. So it's now saving that portion of the transaction. And it's asking me for a password. So, you do have to put in a password. You'll have to set that up and make sure that you remember it. I believe it's numbers, and I've already forgotten mine. I'll tell you that right now. So we're going to go to retrieve our password. And nothing came up. Let's try here. Okay, sorry. That was my phone texting me what my password was. Okay, so it's giving me my new password, so it'll automatically text it to you on the phone that you have set up. And let's see. Okay, then you're going to e-sign it. Okay, so it's been saved. Now I can go right back to my home screen now, and I can look at this form that's in there. And one of the main things that I want, it's telling me there's an action required. Obviously, it wants me to send the form out because I haven't done anything with it except for sign it myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete this addendum. Just check it off. And we can remove the form right here. It says add or remove forms. It's probably going to ask us if we want to do it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back to the screen. We're going to remove the addendum because I'm not going to keep that on there right now, just for sake of today's training. I'm going to save and continue. Should take us back to the page we were on earlier. Okay. Alright. Now, we always want to do submit for review. So, for any of the forms, we want to make sure that we're submitting them for review to make sure that everything's fine. Once we have them all uploaded here, you can just hit for submit for review. So, the status right now is initiated. If there's any issues, they should pop up on here. If there was a tag, it'll come up from Keller here on this side. And if there's any notes, they will also show up here. So, if you're ready to send it to your clients, you would just simply go right here. You would send them the custom email message, fill it in, hit send online. Okay, and this is the next step. So I'm going to have to contact my client, let them know that they're getting ready to get a fake form, and I will pull that back. But so once the client signs, obviously you'll be notified by email. They will be notified right now that they can sign, and they will e-sign it, and then the form will go directly to Nuvia after they've signed so that she has it in her package. But at any time, we can go back to the summary page, and we can actually look and see what is being signed, has it been signed, is it in the process of signing, and what's going to happen next. We can also go right into here and upload our PDFs. So say, for instance, in my opinion, I keep the buyer-broker agreements with me, but I do have them in a digital format, and I want to upload that buyer-broker agreement. I would simply go to upload a PDF, and I would go into my scanned file or whatever it is that I've got here in the local computer, and I would find, for this sake, we'll take this tax record right here. I'm going to add this tax record in. You can name it whatever you want to name it, so we can name it our buyer-broker. Okay, and hit save and continue. And what it should do automatically is upload that form into the system. So hopefully in this situation your forms are already signed. That's the smartest way to do this so that you don't have to add any fields. If you want to add fields, you can. If it's a form that you have added fields to and it's blank, you can add it into the library. So it's very simple and easy to do there. So those are your two options there. Obviously your name is there. If you want to add form fields to it, if it's blank, you can do that right there. And if not, you can add it into the library. So we're going to have to add it into the library, I believe. Okay, we're not going to do that because that's for any loop. But if it was a true buyer-broker that was blank and had fields, you would definitely want to add that into the library if you wanted to utilize that when you start working with the clients. So that could be one of the first .loops you send out to your clients when you start working with them. So we're going to say cancel. We're going to go back to our loop summary. And now you see that both of our forms are there. Okay, you can also see, here we are. We're not e-signed. We know that already. So we're going to view signatures. So we can view them at any time and see what's been signed on there. It's basically just going to re-upload the form again and tell us what has or has not signed. It's going to show us in a very easy to read and understand line here exactly what's happened. Okay, so you can see when I signed, exactly the time I signed, even what computer I signed from. You can see all of that information. The document ID number is right here. You can see who hasn't signed. So pretty cool way to keep up with your transactions all in all. Now obviously as you keep going and playing with the system, you now will see that you can open up PDFs that are uploaded by the listing agent. If Nuvia were to have any uploaded documents here for this property, you should be able to access those documents. The RAIN documents, it could be things like the ACUs and things of that nature should show up here as well. You can simply click submit for review, and that will send over to Keller, to Carla, Maggie, and Cindy to review anything that's here. and they'll be able to respond back and let you know if there's anything that you're missing for the actual documents. Okay, so very simple and easy to work. It's not a lot. It's very easy. It's there are videos, of course, on every single page to see what's going on. If you don't have an agent in there, you can simply add them in, and you can actually see where everything's at. So this is a great way to try to keep you a little bit more in tune with what's going on in your documents, to keep you abreast of any changes in your documents, and to let you know where your papers are, even digitally. So a great way to kind of bring down some of the bulk load of paper that you have going on in your everyday life, and keep it all in one place so that everybody can get to it and make sure that everything is done correctly. So just a really great way to do that. And then of course you can track all your transactions. They'll show up right here. Any messages will show up beside it if you have a message to play with or to open up, and check it out from there. So a couple other things on this page here. You will see scheduled events that are coming up at Keller Williams right down here. You can scroll down and you can log into any of those events and actually sign up for the classes as well. There's the KW white pages there where you can look at all the other agents in the KW line. You can search for an agent here. You can find vendors here as well. And of course Mo's Facebook, her culture subscribe. She's pretty cool. So there's a lot here in this main portal that you can access from time to time. You just have to take the time to do it. Of course your leads would come right into here. If you have any e-edge messages, they would come here, and it's important to check that. I actually forget that regularly, and from time to time we'll have messages come in there, and it should be automatically logged in through your KW. And this will be the email address that's under your KW profile. So sometimes messages just get lost here. Actually, I did respond to both of these. So yeah, pretty easy to do. Not a whole lot to really go through. Again, very simple and easy. Just you got to really play with it to really get the gist of it and find out exactly how everything works. But there's really nothing that you can mess up or break by clicking around and trying out the new things that are there. You do have marketing materials here if you're interested in doing flyers or things like that with your general account. You do have flyers available to you. The new system is really easy to utilize. You'll see your listings immediately. You can post into Craigslist right from here. You can go to create marketing here and marketing materials, and this will give you the area where you can create your flyers automatically, just like you could with any other company. It will auto-populate the majority of the things that you need there, but there are flyers here. There are e-edge flyers, single-sided, and they'll automatically populate. And you just simply click through them and add the information that you want to add and print them right here at the office or wherever you want to have them printed at. You can also order postcards from here. You can do newsletters. There are some door hangers. There's Spanish content as well for those of you who may want to utilize that. So, this concludes our training on how to do DotLoops. If there's any other questions, I will definitely be available for those after you watch the video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope that this has helped you in learning a little bit more about what we have available to us to utilize as a resource here at Keller Williams. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.